Good day, folks. Welcome back to my neck of the woods. My name's Deco, where I share my experience and knowledge, hoping to lessen your learning curve along the way. So today I am going to talk about a deer attractant that I had already tested. It has been in the woods for a month, and I received all the footage today, and I edited a video, and I have some videos and pictures at the end of this video. Before I get started, I'm going to give a little shout out to the attractant, and the name of the attractant is New Beginnings Attractants. And how I got in touch with this person, I gather that based on the packaging, this is not a well-known company. Maybe they're just branching out across the country. They do have a website, which is newbeginningsattractants.com. And what happened was I posted my original video. It was on Facebook, and the owner of this company, or I think someone tagged them and made it apparent that they own a company with attractants, blah blah blah. And I got to talking with the owner of New Beginnings. His name is Eric, and through Facebook Messenger, and we talked back and forth. A long story short, I purchased 2 bags. There was an original blast, which is $9.50 for 5 pounds, and then there was a sweet and salty blast, which is $9 for 5 pounds. The one that I put in the woods was the original blast. On the first picture, which isn't the best picture, I kind of screenshotted it. That was the only way I could get it in there. Hopefully you can see the signature of the date, and that's when I dropped it. I was in camo, and I had gone to a different site, and I went in there quick, dropped it real quick in front of my spy point camera. It didn't get me. It didn't grab me on video when I went in to drop it. So I dropped it then. It was mid-December, and then I went to another area. I couldn't hunt this area because putting things like this down and hunting over is illegal in the state that I am. You can't hunt over bait. So what I looked for was not necessarily a remote area. I looked for an area that didn't have any deer sign in the remote area. There was no scat, there was no track, there was no rubs, there was no scrapes that I could see in the area. So this I would choose this place as a place that I would not hunt, if that makes sense. There was no fresh sign there. So what I did is I put this down, and in the videos what you'll see is 2 trees, and then you'll see a tree on the right, and I just sort of scattered it around on top of the leaves and just kind of spread it out there. The attractant did work. It did work 100%. It did not work as sort of advertised, I guess you could say. I'm not against it. I will be using this product because it did attract deer to a place where there was no deer. So I can't imagine how many deer it's going to attract in a place that there is deer. I'll be trying that out. I might put it right next to my food plot and see if it brings in some more deer. So yeah, so I looked for that, and it's a good product, but it was advertised to me through the owner and on the website that the deer are going to start digging holes, and the pictures on the website, a vast amount of deer. There's like 3 deer in a row, and they all got their nose down, and they're digging holes, and they're making this a sort of like natural mineral attractant. That was not my experience, but on the other hand, it did work, and it's a deer attractant, and it attracted deer. So what else can you ask for? And I left it out for a month. I did talk to the owner, and he asked me like how many deer in the area, and I said, well, Fish and Wildlife, they guesstimate anywhere from 60 to 80 deer per square mile in the area where I am, and he recommended you leave it out for like 2 to 3 weeks. So I left it out for a month, and so the deer did stay. They stayed in the remote area, and they're still there now. So I believe like the first video, I think it took them 4 days to come in and see it. It's a bunch of videos. Now the first couple videos, they're tough to see because it looks like it was during like torrential downpours, and that's what it must have been. The screen's a little foggy, but you can make it out that where I dropped it and where the deer are the same place. And I think it took them 4 days to come in, and then they kind of stayed there. They came back and forth throughout the weeks. I got a lot of pictures and I got a lot of videos, and I tried to pick out what I thought were the best ones. Some night and day pictures. There was a group of like 3 bucks that came in that had already dropped their antlers, and they were kind of scrolling around right in the same area. And you'll see that the concentration of the deer is in the center of the picture where I dropped the product. So it's not like I'm making this out to be something that it isn't, and they're out on the sidelines or anything like that. So I'm just going to wrap up this video, and you guys can go look at the pictures. And they're all videos. They're all up in their entirety. So they're 10 and 20-second videos. I thought that the attractant deserves to post the full videos. If people want to watch them, you fast forward through them if you don't want to watch them all. But the last video, I would watch the last video. So the last video is what looks like a young buck that had dropped its antlers, and it's walking. You're going to see the ass end of it, and it's walking towards these 2 trees as to where I dropped it a month prior. And this deer has its head down, and it walks and actually stops and then backs up to where I dropped it. And then the video kind of ended right there. And I wanted to get the next video, but the deer had already left by the time the next video had triggered. So, but I think it's intriguing that it stops dead in its tracks and it backs up to the exact spot. All right? Watch the videos, subscribe to the video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Attractant.